catch a man phone crew travel dobia and what white voter river then chain so woman share see obeti me if you honum send ye beyo yene and answer to renting beer and see way and some cassier ya water resource commission penny for warbo and who amaniache Ghana for yena. Afi penny kwanche for ya wada youth employment agency nano na work kasache 1 year a year sanitation workers were my Ghana musa ketua no pejemo 300%. What is some when you not to dra a brand what the UTV kasiebo edin komo say.
Yesterday, we approved payment of 2 months for persons who had been validated. And so let me state emphatically that whoever has not gotten their 2 months payment was not validated and was not at fault. And that person can challenge us anywhere, because once you're not at fault, we cannot pay you. The audits and validations are going to be continuously done. And if you miss post for 1 month, we will not pay you. We haven't identified ghost names. We have only identified persons who were not at post. They are different from ghost names. I think that close to some 5,000 persons in total of the beneficiaries we have the community police assistants, prison assistants, the April model, and so many other models under us. And so those who were not at post for different reasons were not validated. And once you've not been validated, you cannot be paid. But those who were validated can confirm that as at this morning, their monies have trickled in and they've received 2 months cover. I took over office. You remember that I had to swear by my late father's grave that we're not going to sign any contract that will pay them 258 cedis. I said so because 258 cedis was unreasonable in this modern era. Paying someone 250, in fact, dashing someone 258 cedis even means you've done nothing. Not to talk of paying someone 258 cedis as salary. If you dash someone 258 cedis today, he will only say thank you because it's free money, but not because you'll be able to do a lot for him. And I said I was not going to pay them, and I still stand by that. And so in any future contract we're going to go into, I would not pay any beneficiary less than the minimum wage. We are looking at having a close to 300% increment in their payments, and that is assured. They can only be paid when we as YE pay the service provider, and that's Zoom Lion. If we don't pay Zoom Lion, he can also pay them. And as it stands now, we are owing. As a fact, I can't say off head, but we are owing. I mean, when you owe someone, you must admit that I owe you, and then you say I'm apologizing. I plead with you to give me time to pay. And so we owe Zoom Lion. So as and when we pay him, we are sure that he would also pay the beneficiaries. But we look forward to pay him in the coming days. We'll get our monies, we'll pay the service provider, and he will pay them. But future contracts will ensure that the sanitation is properly, done, properly monitored, and the beneficiaries are properly paid too.
TUC Co-Major Trade Union Congress now face international partners at the Atujaya Watchers Nyame Adoma and Chagas Bosome Neda Toso Ediono Watch where the Jumedia Cassia so on Crapompuni Mantemo, one more shame say a Kaya ya day Africa for the betimi a year free hard minute me abwa. Now Chocho for be the trade the TUC Kono, a Dr. Kwabnanya Kon Otuwa de Tujabra, one UTV Cassia body in Como say.
So yeah, union for no across Africa. And other civil society organization like back where from Aphrodite, the normal year for African debt. Now ye perse ye dikaino ye ma Ghana for any Africans in who say there's another component ye development na enkoye no. Apart from say your politicians and your managers no nyenu me be no. There's another aspect, and that aspect is say, "Bia na be 40 years ago, yakobo bisia bi. Yetua ho ka yentua nwieda. Na wo hwehwem so a wo ntwe dan so hu sa bisia na de papa ye de ba goso anso ye de etua ka no. It take resources away from Senka. You be to me the ahwe penny for asebi or makwa humjimi into your pension papa ye sink you to me the hair aquine on that says kenny na bribia na ye fat near the co amanone a kukutia eka. Ye per se ye that sad no problem no eddy. Emma you who said there's this other problem I say there yesha wansem near ka. Now then we are also making demands on omo boy saa besia no say say enough is enough yetua bi abre eno no IMF for ka ho World Bank for ka ho developed countries no Paris Club no ne omu nyina omo keke kasa ade ni nyina ho ye ne ITUC Africa ye dwumadi a efa Africa ye ka ye de no amanone ye friend no foreign debt ne ade no na eno na yahwe mu ehunu se saa ye ka no haye entiase ye de ye hu bibi na haye ne se ene ati hwe so Africa countries no dodo na akohwe omo budget mu a sika dodo omo nya no esese emu puduo ye fa ne de kokotua eka ye de ho ye friend debt service saa de de bekono na esochen de hwe ye hospital and ye school sem into no emma African government in yesika into me invest in ye school sem ne ye hospital ne ya kwan sem into no ye dwen ho se saa de ne ye ho bibi
ITUC Africa in partnership with TUC Ghana and civil society organizations, faith-based organizations are converging here in Accra on the 28th of August for this historic Pan-African rally on debt cancellation and trade justice, right? What we are demanding is simple: to end the unjust debts and exploitative trade systems that have bled Africa of its wealth.
Adia ba ko ye koso o my Ghana mu ha adwen ye pa ye illegal mining ye kan se galamsey nte brano ye guso ya yetufo se wo manfo nhwe so mbetime gya na galamsey na excavators na sefo e na wogina so editu enam so emeko bi a won share bansim penny for extraction accountability project in penny for to obo ase atena se wo kra capitation grant penny BSc official sheet so wo macho petition dia koma economic and organized crime office in penny for se wo manya ntie se excavators be se aduanai miense bi esizi ye ewo simpa ya wo manfo no guso ode ye galamsey na so ebremu de amane ba won sa kan se excavators no abamon penifo bi afa kuntuna se amiejemu ede amade hye wani a etena se etro petition yim eye penny kwanche for president ede makoyi yewura kojo yebo south no church for Charles Makati
43 excavators bi omuchi ye wo simpa junction. So excavators not the whole number 3 months in here. And now another group of soldiers, Echo Honum, Echo Chief soldier for no more boss excavator you whom buying. I'm much excavators in my China for. And you see in tears here. Kind of more fast so chi excavators and any kind of more fast so giant excavators. The fees say your man some into the petition about my yoku. So one yen obi bia ne ho bon mu obi bia onim kwan asa excavators ne fi e fast to fee simpa junction na emra ne ni di invoke section 3 of Yoko Act no e ma ho kwan se omo ye sanhwehwe mu no e fa because you feel say eduma omo ye wo ho no kwan mo fast so disca bribery in asifo no e mo omade ye krata no fefe so asan ye krata ye diba ye ni enti obi wo no concession legal concession e ye ne dia and a man for be was so mutu be concession so and no more farm so no more cheese machines in a boa no e was simpa junction e was takwa some machines no boa no wie no mo ja soldier for enum so mo mbo some machines no ho ban by 3 months in soldier for enum ho no moda ewia anajo omu ni shelter o ma bo machine ban sa and nanu ayi by se da ene fiada juada ni bunada eno muko ja machine president muti say president mama tukwa fi Ghana pe eno muko ja machine muko chiche machines ni ma China for the sikele wele so therefore mo ya boni for no muko chi excavators 43 no mo do mo gina ho ni ba boni for no apapa for ndo muko sida bi mo meje mo ade enko e dey na hu yan sa wo excavators ni mani pa for so fan ko nipa 8 yo mawi dia Ghana betimi aye dia show manunyam kesi pan se sa illegal mining we eto betwa eneni ochina ya se Yoko ye na adwen se onya ye be ko president ba me ndi se Yoko nso onye o mejo mo pepepe
Executive Director de ma eju watch Kofi Asare wato ne boss ne UTV kase ebo edi nkomo na kosa baako na wo bisa ne dia wo bisa nse na no ada na Ghana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Krato ne boss na wo ya amamre ne amane sanitary pad watch di ama adesuafo mayiwa wo schools ahodo o my Ghana mbesi ne watch as civil society organizations wo munim senior si atient wo besra so ya wo show my Ghana ma mofra dada sitina bambo musem wo mbo kwan to wonum senior be ya monitoring mapa ebetimi akoso so adwumede kese we emu
ebe here say CSOs na ye involved in monitoring education resources no omode na be back together na ye Ministry of Gender, the Ministry of Education atnase energy yes atnase na ye hu mechanisms we put in place to ensure say there's a transparent and accountable distribution system for the sanitary pads. Ye can close to 300 million Ghana cedis and I distribute all public basic schools. We are talking of over 16,000, FNS and primary schools. In our junior high schools, so over 11,000. And a nationwide program. You watch us here. So you are talking of over 25,000 schools. And person will make sure that initiative no about a high level of efficiency. I was the NGOs now involved in education resource monitoring and everybody together. Nanka almost what you're dreaming about. Oh, send a share a bit me a developer a framework a bit in the distribution animal we now could do manual at the right time. No more use to need na bomb education. What I say, but the discussion be as a and course why I share and they will be participating in here. The Ministry of Gender no mulidi. And untino you see me pose a beton safre Minister for Gender. Nanka waba ababe boya mayati ase nti share ko mo de atudwa. Na yeso ya dwontu ka kra ye wono ye de atudwa because you say your board Ministry of Gender any Ghana Education Service no to me implement this free sanitary pathway in a way say embassy akwala bia also nye bi ne sanka ne de in a way say obi asa ne sanka ne de ne sanka ne de at the right time in a way say obi are involved in distributing it from the national region district eco schools no obi play a role say there be a bi fa bia because krom ha yenim to the bia it missy when it comes to distributing resources, all market value. Textbooks, we have amount for ton dictionaries, not for sale, traffic light. Many other examples, but a common say, near all market value, no, what the cost schools are a bit major, na a ton, and we've been involved in this work for a long time, over 20 years, monitor resources. Into some of the possible loopholes, a bit my imagine. And how I able to addressing it because our policy we Kenya affairs over 10 years in and we are partners there and we have done work in Kenya. Into common mistakes be our countries need be here. Some of the best practices bit my have boy. It's best say say Ministry of Gender. Na international na yanketem we dey answer na schools be na create space na to me and monitor our program we.
Yet work as your voice why the edition more a once and for so. Na Cortis Control Commission penny for Saka enubone. Enubone na ye kan ho asem no cocaine emudro e 1.5 kg saso na cannabis 6,513 kg. Na eba no tramo ne dia eno dia agensem papa 5,928,000 na eno ena penny for dia tudwa watches and kwa mo ton asika o my Ghana benya e 12.6 million Ghana cedis. Yentie senya penny for church mbra na wo mo say no. Director General de Manako, Brigadier General Maxo Buba Mante, Wachurchim ya watches a commissioner Crado, as Senia Tibia, Wombeshe, it was Yesenia Bay Ghana for your bambo munsemano betimi, I didn't into wash Ghana for your nabo, say a nobody, the Nadia Quimbias was so. When I'm Saquenia way so a to a mouth for you now for so wouldn't would be a warbobra bonny be a tisia share, say Quimbias betimi a catching penny for, not Sani Panietimi to a so as Deputy Director General Yawaye in charge of enforcement control and elimination ano a lawyer Alexander Chumberry ma wono so akasa ya wobo koko HS commission de sebe and samfoni to trasem bia ti say de nyade na etie bia wo mo pesoso so na etie ewo oh my god mo se na etie amra ne de wo mo ntimi nsoso so na watro so aba amane a wo chese obi bia ye behu ya chese cocaine anase cannabis anase mpono sebe chamo no oguso a wodi hu dwa no wo se Ghana mra na obedi nyade a Kasa weye dishi nti sebium womo so. Mwasevedweni ya wejina hode maadisha okan kwe South Abaton Pesiaso NS Adoma kona washabo HS nyetie bia na ban technical universities ni schools ahodo bia womo chansa no adwuma ntete na femu de obeye person sensa no adwuma ntete no ne ade aba eteso na emom ne de wo ka kira ban ne se ne ebehia akoturement ne na sede ya wose woye no wanyamua sanse wanye ne sade Ghana mebuno ye beye meboye pa.
School here. This school was built in 1968. Germans and Ghana government in the CCS school here. In Fidie go 1968, IEC school in Fidie win the Guha. Yede chere mofrade. Try and no should be we are see drew. Been building AI. Robots any adena. No show machines yan so de chere madia. Na say try kura. Tinam say Mesho can be for so abwa sa technical school we na ejina ne nan so because eno no Ghana future ye developing na ye hia sa technicians uni and we develop Ghana enti se ya ma antwe aban adwene amaso na ya building and technical schools ni ye ye future na na say no enti no me pese school ya wo me pesua so eye oka kwesa constituency hande me make sure say ye beye ni ye na ye timi atete amrofa no ho na abo o man no because teacher ni kura gina sa environment na o tira bofra de a teacher ni kura ho keka no ne be chia de no kura mpo no eni ho ade se de amede beto aban na mede afa menua haru na dusu so se de bia oboa me no na Oma get fund money na sonte no maboyen na se school ye mpega no bio medidi se mabuna de bia ye twiba MP's offices ni ade no adwuma mu ni ntia so mu ni adwuma ye mfansa no adwuma ntete wo mo se de nsia no adwuma tete wo mo a ye wi at least o my self employed no se de be de unemployment abeto aban so no so ebetimi akodown eti mesra ban se ontwe ne mehwe kan akwa south sa technical school ye wa hayi na yenye ne ye because those they no more they build this osa basis no metro mass na wa hayi ne o mo share wo enti ne se school igina na so a metro masses cars se nyina school no betimi aye no manso de akere mbofa na de enti no mesra ban se yenhwe ne envy sa school wo hwe eni emegu hayi a sanke de ni akoho for the even past 10 years mpa anka unhu di unhu emfidi akon se go nyina since 1968 Germans this emfidi de ba no na unhu bibi fufuru bia meka ho bi enya de ye entwaye e basa ye mofra no e de etwi ne de momo ombe pass o ma graduate enso na omunim de no e da so ofom
Waya mamani amane won krapumpuni mantemo emampenifo dia tudwa watch say Creative Connect Africa adwumedie no my Ghana na ye GDC so ye be host in prensa ansa ye tebremu anase ye danemu amamanfo aman eso
AFCFTA Tourism, Creative and Cultural Forum and Festival is expected to provide an opportunity for young people to be able to show their creativity and for their aim to be that as they show their creativity, they also make money or revenue out of it. So it is actually meant to be a forum where we bring together the policymakers, the young people and also the investors, so that we can get the financing for the creatives in terms of the financing and the investment in their different areas, so that they can be able to make revenue out of their creatives for the future. So it is a way of also creating employment. So the youth are really the biggest population right now in most African countries. So the creatives and the cultural sector and the work that we are doing under music, film, and the fashion will actually ensure that we enhance the opportunities for young people under the AFCFTA, so that they can actually make their what can we say, their dreams a reality, their innovations to make money for them. That is the whole essence of the forum and festival.
First, we need to educate our people. We educate them, you need to empower them. It's based on our culture. So that yes, you to me, sabi stories. Export to be. So this is just one aspect of it. It's also doing. Look, when you look at say fashion is the biggest when it comes to creative economy in Ghana. Fashion is number one. A dear bank quite near Faswa, you bet me empower your young and then first a vibrant creatives almost go into fashion. No matter me creative products, I should bet me they are taking advantage of the AFC aftermarket. Naturally, yes, one fast one is saying. So these are some of the things I hear. Just one aspect of it. It is going to create a lot of jobs. It is going to market Ghana into other countries. I mean, Nipa took quite from all the 54 African countries to come to Ghana. Omba spend sika, omba hotel, and you're free. Nina kahona say economy no grow. Yeah, 3 years Ghana ever hosted event way. Say if you have na another country so I host. And say no near ABC November 25th to 28th at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in Crime. Now, Niatine say the omo yesini, omo etu nyom ne emo publishing nyom, omo nso a omo ye fashion. Ayatade sharing yakika nyina from across Africa back together. And so there are 55 countries Africa continent in Sunti. Nipa fie ho nyina any even omo wa manoni be shame in Crime ha in November. Na omo de omo so omo ye ebeba na yeshia na obia de ne dia befu from nyama ye be any doors ye be master class ye be forums and ye be concerts and so and nnuane ne fashion ye so ebe wo ho enti yesre obia oye dwuma bia it has to do with creative so ye film or ye fashion or ye friends and music and bibia ye creative bia but more than say ye be online na obe register na odo nyama na ba.
Yapem so de ani achem won samfoforo so na no ada na beto dwasa akwanhye bia na odi asi okumase enka kwantempo no so dwaso kwan no so akwanhye na esi nipa be se dunsia ena ebusia wo muti nananom ewo ansie do afoforo be se na idea wonya woti edidi mu Ghana fo ye so ye twaja dwo se ba ne sen ena asem a ano odin se timi eto wo my Ghana bra brachie yensusu da na yentimi anwene ho nei amane bo ayensa ka ne se pani kwanchefo ye wo him franka wo peso him franka de ma MPP amanyoko Kennedy ohine Japan ho kafo Christian Japan akwa akosere busuan ejina so de ya akọ hyeden sem de ama busuan ya wo kire se ne esi ye no emu oya den pa na omanfo kire se we di obogu pe na de atomani na so wo ba tampanse ma wo kan se nya obogu pe na mum Ghana fo nyina na de ano oya se etimi atoye watwa so aba amane ya wo kire se ya konsem na wo kanom wo de ma emate san se ema ne nim se ne ya wo mu sem ene yawdie sitie ntebre mu de si oguso a wo so no wo twaja jo dia na ne dia wo kan se mu oya na so ne tie bia nya dia mukowo mu ne dia wode to onim se won hwe se wo betimi acheche wo rem watwa so aba amane a wo kire se ebremu ewo mu die eden de mebusuan na nunti wo keka ne nsase de 60,000 Ghana cedis de mebusuan ne saso na asori anasa asafa na kwada ne efrimu 20,000 Ghana cedis na present your dema Savior Church of Ghana F4 ya oguso a wokasa wo kire se wono die wote asem no besi ne ya ye kase wontimi na woda na wobunkam fa so se ani nyina nse ya odie no wo se ahye na koma ye pa na ye ka obi te se Mrs Christiana e Japan se ya wo ye obi enim no ese brano brane bana emofra ne ebusua yiedie wo mo atenka wo mo femu a ya no wote ya panti wote se bibia to a se benya se bia ne ho kafo be pre akonwa nti ene wo koso wo kwa akokire wodo enam so ebusua kasamafo akasa wo bu a kire se yewura Japan yewura yere Japan ya waye na so mani papa sebe wo mo ana anwene ho nsusu da se sebi otebia wo mo femu no wo betimi anante abo mo nchen wo mo kire se bra wo baa ne nyese bi oba ya wo kasa we na wo sori ko na mum wo twen ye kura ne wo mo kasa ye etonsa didi ye nnuome ahodo bi a wo mo nsusu da so opani wo betimi aye enu amomagye atum se ebremu de nyese sebe ni ku akasa wo pre akonwenti na wo tu bra na sa na mo bi atise na mum mame na nkasa ye obi a wo wa atenka ene tema kromafo no e de atodwa ya wo kyese ensem ana se senia mesisi Japan na moto na wo tu ye ene tema ne ya konsem ode amomo no wo moni agye ho papa na sa to rentema na so ye ne kese na esi ye ntinam so e ma ba mo penifo de atodwa wo kyese ya kwantempo so ho nwoye ade achi ade se obetia ne se ye se akwanhia denden bi esi
ai mishe wasania penifo di kaka ade a nyame ye ne me bia ya ye tiase omo an ni bi oye ti se ne ti bia ni mani ye nketu ba ye ba se ye be chichimo bre ya shimu kwan ya shimu bi se achia ni mu enkwabo wege ye ti ase ye ni de nyame be e amai bibi se no na ni yemo me obatan menim se ni tite woyem obakra pie akobe bi na ade san o maya se ne woyem yew na wobeti se ye se o mabi mura enya asem keto nti we ye ba ya achechemre ene ye de nam nkranhye ene ye de nam se me ye shade enya asem keto akra ba ye ti asidi emfa ye bring na chi na me ye nhwe ye nyame na nkasa e de bisi ya sem tietia enya nti na pe ye ba ya so a ye kra bibi kakra bi eno entimi ensisa yes ana enhye ana mu in any way but ye say the bibi kakra ye baba so mo asen ye ba ya ye ma sorry 20,000 200 million
papa di na ne se kadade na irebesi na oso ba ya abusia ho akane nyina no omsika awode buo wo eye 60,600 million adoko abusia ebuno na ba ya so mu asori ha eduma kakra wa ha enti asori no so die wo eye 20,000 that is 200 million ano anko asori no na asori no bibia modiya ebeye ye ba ye muse ahakra futuro kakra wa ha bia de 200,000 no anko asori no akasa
Penny Cruncher for Yawada Minerals Commissioner no ewo my Ghana lawyer Martin Kwekwe is na watche one vision Kessia war edema mining sector ewo my Ghana mo.
When you're rolling out a new policy or law, you are supposed to consult broadly. So that's what we've been doing. For the past 3 or so months, we've been consulting practically everybody, 15 of all the regional houses of chiefs. We are bid to go to Upper West on Friday. We've consulted other institutions that have a relationship with the sector. We've also spoken to the Chamber of Mines. We thought that, look, an important think tank like IE, CDD and Co. are also very important because they make very good policy briefs and statements on anything that affects us, including mining. So we are here to also engage them. September window, we hope to just finalize and submit a formal document to government, to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. We hope that maybe by October thereabout, a new policy will be announced. In case of the amendments we are making to the law, once the Minister receives a final report from the review committee, he will submit them to Cabinet and take them through it, then it will go to Parliament. So at least we know very well that within this 2025 period, we have a new mining policy. The current one is about 11 years old, and then we have a new law which is almost about 20 years, which we are amending to basically change many of the things that we think we should change. There are a whole lot of things that we have proposed in terms of policy reviews and amendments that they don't have a problem with. For example, they don't have a problem with we saying that we are no longer going to continue with development agreements, reducing the number of years we want to give for mining leases, which we are dropping from 30 to 15. The issue has been maybe whether 15 is enough, we should do it 20 or whatever. But the fundamental issue of reducing the number of years to hold the lease has ever been in question.
Now, for the record, we have been to the IMF about 17 times asking for a bailout. In other words, we've gone bankrupt about 17 times. Over the past 40 years, we are told Ghana is the largest gold producing country, one of the largest, maybe the second in Africa. Yet, with all these natural resources, we keep going bankrupt. Why is that? Now, it is because we have no control over our natural resources. Our natural resources have all been given out to foreign companies who ship out the resources. How do we release the energies from our natural resources? How do we get some of the resources, the income that these companies get? Our best way forward really is to own our resources. Until we own our resources, it's going to be very, very difficult to generate enough revenues to meet our growing expenditures. If we don't own our resources, we will continue operating under this same model, and very soon we'll go to the IMF again for the 18th time.
NDC aba betina so no wakache Ghana for se wo modwene mebun ho anu nti wode nsa no adwuma ntete adwumedie kese abebo ade mebun dodo na nhwe so obetime de wo ho ahye mo bia bremu die amanebo ayensa aka ne se woni apprenticeship adwumedie no wode wo ho hyem nyame ayadom ensa no adwuma bia na wo hwehwe se bia bepam ade obeye tribute na asefo no wo mo ewie nam so ema mpanifo chese wo ma ya amamrene amane asafo nyina no ye da wodi ache Ghana form na wo soafo ya wo hwe mebun adwumedie so George Opariado Kasa Ewedumedi Anase essay.
Whilst education is vital, without dedicated skills training and improved market connections, many young people will continue to struggle to find sustainable livelihoods. The challenge is precisely why this program is dear to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. In his first phase of implementation, the government aims to enroll 10,000 beneficiaries across all 60 regions, covering 9 broad areas that directly responds to the labor market demands of our economy. Together, these 9 areas form the backbone of our national training strategy and reflect the diverse opportunities available for young people, whether in the digital space, the creative industry, agriculture, or traditional craftsmanship. Beneficiaries are being matched with certified master craft persons and training providers, but they are also guaranteed personal protective equipment, learning tools at the beginning of their training, and startup toolkits, along with continuous mentorship, which is very important at the end of their training. This will enable them to transition smoothly into self-employment and small enterprises development. To our apprentices, I urge you to commit wholeheartedly to this journey. Each of you represents a seed of potential, and for us to be able to turn our country's fortunes around, the hope of Ghana rests on you. You are the first batch. Your success will determine how long this program can continue. Don't become an obstacle. Don't shut the door on the many who are waiting behind you to become beneficiaries of this program. We know the challenges. We are providing you with workplace insurance to make sure the work environment is safe for you. Every month, we are promising you that we will give you some stipends to keep you at work so you are able to focus and learn. Don't get distracted by other negative things. Put in red. I beg you, look out for your apprentices who come for training. There's a lot of our youth are abusing that substance. And I believe that as master craftsmen, you have a social obligation to make sure that the people we bring to you to train are in the right frame of mind so that this investment does not go waste.
Of the NYA in this program is to ensure that beneficiaries are not only trained but also mentored, guided, and integrated into broader youth development strategies. In line with the National Youth Policy 2022 to 2033 and its implementation plan, the authority is committed to mobilizing and sensitizing the youth in all districts to take advantage of the apprenticeship opportunities, coordinating with community leaders and training authorities to ensure inclusivity, especially for youth living with disabilities, but now called people with special abilities.
Penny Kwanche for ya worship Modern one some to send Dr. Bikeman Dut. Now no and what the other shed ya no day Emma Shebe Jenny DC se Brasson say abanye muko agenda 11 Jumedi obetimi ewie na bo mo one for no one po Modern one some etimi ejina naso.
We do not have a hospital in our district. We only have 3 health centers, and these health centers do not provide certain services that our people may need during the course of service delivery. So I was appealing to the Honorable DC and the Member of Parliament for the area to follow up with the central government to ensure that they complete the Agenda 111. During the site visits by the engineers then, we were told Is Agenda 111 was one of those that were in advanced state of completion. So I am hoping and praying that the Member of Parliament and the DC will follow up to central government to get it completed so that we can also render some of the services that we do not render in the district. CMONG services we do not render. We cannot do operations in our district. We have to refer to other neighboring districts like Rachi Hospital where you need to cross on a boat. And then to Kwamidansu, where you have to go by road, is about 56 kilometers from here. And the road is also terrible. So if we can also complete the road, it will help us to render emergency services to our people. Once we do not have a hospital, if we have good road, we can easily refer and the ambulance will transport them within the shortest possible time.
But yeah, in health challenges, and yet, Agenda 111, yeah, communities, and the chiefs compound, health centers, and so a challenge. One of the major challenges, and the year posting of health personnel into the district, say they have the kind. You say, your own resources as a member of parliament, a constantly chiefs compound, a constantly.
Ebusia ye jina we so na ye twa ye ho sima ye ba nsem aka beto aso e dia mamo ekobebia.
so breaka se boy eye Ecobank ada Roma and waso yasene ama ye de bro.
Yes, I'm among na kwa babium edibai kasia bopono so ye pem so de ani ache mo nsem foforo so amane boy en sa kan sa de hwemu esikuma ebremo de omoni ajepa ne nyina ne se ya ye esikuma home water station edi amom sa ne be beboa wodada abrabo asetena nsem emo.
Yate water board wa water board for ne nyaduma na sika ne so mo beti ana mo nwinwi illegal connection a higher pa illegal connection so be a tap water dey be illegal connection no report na ye nyina na beti a enti na tse be ya dwumadie no so e be koso wano e be ba 10 years no abrofu be sa ba 10 years no na adwuma no na say show mun kran na be o mo sika be hwemu mo na dia bo agana area mo ayo nsuo bebre wa eto we bia na empesi nsuo ba ko esa na management na yedi nti we be a friend cluster it is area mo ha na se be ba nkura wa nyina ya de empesi ye nsuo mo nyina na chese ye de manager ba ko na mi nu petu ha mo adwuma na ye aye mre tenzo be nsuo ba ko na ko ye ba ko Bota region or Koyabakwa. Into your clusters, Marco 30. As if my clusters now. You will be a Bota region, you will do area marker or Germany, your Tongo, your Labo, if I cry you swap, Frankie Bialy, you will see why they are more. Yes, more for to do my district by him. And I engineers and surveyor assessment. If be a king for 5 kilometers, maybe a lake in the down. If you lay pipe for almost 5 kilometers, and the other has private intervention like this, and because we share Ghana water, and more and dear drop. If you know the same issue with water, but what you are your mind. With John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency the President, the both are said you will provide issue project safe water, and what taxi. And again, yes, I would not say I'm providing issue but really see enough funds through the Assembly Common Fund. I feel so out in Sampa and I had now 18 million Ghana cedis for this year alone. That's going to big account book. I want to say procurement processes and I very soon we advertise the water project. I was say aside schools and health facilities, etc. And to ensure that ministry say there a problem. Once we are able to roll out programs, we share was say mechanized boreholes. There might issue any problems.
We started here 15 years ago, knowing that there was an enormous issue in Ghana providing water, particularly in rural and peri-urban areas. So we thought it was important, just like we have good, safe, reliable water in the United States, that should be available everywhere. And Ghana.
Yet was where the nature more 15 months, additional watch require no 15 months as Ghana by any DC. Your one person so say a brass to say street light now face with jar a bebo month for a brabon will bet me a bidia momosans one more brepa. Now about him our denture and anum atnan kunya. Nana ama a yensua Sarah ya tosumi and sane kasaye e wajabono ase.
A problem. So red. Eba meeting na nka we mean kan wa ha nti wa ba na ye mo akwa ba no misro bo wadi answer street light ebe ye eduma afei ye se bola jo omo complain bitterly se obi ejina ho bin no ho opra na wo ko to egu a o se otue sika Zoom lion for so any juma. It is all my young Zoom lion no prasuna for 2 billion one. Yaji Omuska and Sana almost to again so Yasaya Baba Baji Omuska. A too much am our own. In Soto dia na a hall I true. And notify na na igano. See the mobile begum ne be ya. Yema danger for na danger yeni abre
me and my requisition at the core energy ministry, Akosia and the deputy energy minister. No? Say on my street lights for the whole district by focus on the IQS and Jokwa because a whole neighbor be seeing into attention. On my media says so, my MPs nibi for which I am a member of parliament when none there. Into mean biddings I was so assembly then I'm requesting be do ya. It may be MPs need the MPs, the Omrima near the be as a bit that purpose. A toss to be it's a market and I assembly nona. You buy no more to bowl a woo at see why the land. It is part of measure to reclaim the land. Yes, a failing. Unfortunately, the latter near Yano, a mobenim. Tiama insuta na abayatache. Inti yeni ye shwese binya netia e mobile I the good ya national ruler faswa as a big team MN or how ma edwam for. Ne dwano how a woman say omusi dwano o ma anya proper feeling. Omo ye stores na ho na no mbubu nti they built it anyhow. We say dem CC na the challenge is not emanating from edwuma na e bia ye ni CC ano. Edwuma da na o ye na o ma anya ni ye no na de o haba. Nti ye hwe kwan e be fa so a engineers ne technical people ye be hwe na say drainage na enya proper laterite near the guswa so how na ye ma no komuno emba.
Ma yenko PM wa hafo mantem kronti hine na nakwesi agema prempen ne manfo bronsen krokro no so ena wo mo kasa chemra shebedwani Ghana banse apomodin ayarsa bia kuma bia no wo mu sibra ne yekoto aba no abato ne yato awie de nanso yakame se ayarsa bia de da so si hono bia mpanifo pebua enti wo mo sese bra so so mbetimi awie se ne be ya ebebo mamfo no apomodin ensem
se ebase awo ne de ko Newtown ebi abedu okwa na yesesa fa no ko tepa na se bichi nti ama aye haw atokuru iso ena ye kwan no so amekan ye no kwan na nkasa so wa se ne kwan ni sitie ene na MC adwini kakra amana ye na nke enye kwan bia akra ubetimi dia kan bibia nti ansa na abefiri ase ni ota akwa du ni tan kra ene kure ni aye haw nti eno se so bomoden be ye maye ne ebema so bi ba he ya enye den na so akola bi obi so yare ya e de no ko Newtown enye den e maye
kokoko sha ha ya ye be ye ba enso pa e boye ewie bo so so na ehie ma me fo no so kra no munya ba bi ntina ye ya so kra no ye ba baby e betina kra to be bia ye den na ha so enfu true ne enkunya so no e ho e den maye kakra
odu ha die ye ni baabi a hwe ho yare ba hye ya na madam fo ne ba ebetina matesi aso dan nanim ho ehwe ye we yin de bia manti bia omo ba ye sa ade ne maye wa ha ye ni nkonwa na ye kwa ye ginagina ho sa edan ne so kura baabi apai anka yenye cement ya obi se betima abo ama ya ye ka
se we kuro no dipa awo koma ye kuro no ma ya doso eche ye nsu ya yusu enti yeso ne de ya ho kire enti ya sora ho mache se da na me kan ena ya ko pipe na no ne akobu ensuo okwa nipa no doso teji so begira wa che yeso ya kuafo bu ara pentoma akwa uja wa chance anu onya bi enti esra ba se o mabwa de asese no mo memmente no mayen
yensuo ho aye den amaye yensuo ne ma akofo na mienu ena ye adwuma na miensa de asai e kwa ye ko salai ansa ne obu
okobro sankra MP abawonya me MP no aye no bucha sadse bi na wasasa o ye te pompa no ho e de ama wo mo te pompa ne guso ye nya aye guso aye ye ho adwuma se betimi awie ne kama e de ama wo enso so ya bia ebo sanko edi omunya afi eye this common farm e so nya e no eye ebetum so makoma 19 mechanized one ebi be ko ebo sanko a town aboa wo mo omakwan so ya bia ya capture nyamkopon ya adman yenya eye some kilometers of road MP na ko boa amienya nyame adman say contractor ne so eba site e dem be ba e kwan so
na no bi e ba hanananom eba enema kuihia ometumani na omunya mfantum enim kra no na mimini ndeda enema hodo akonu behia enti nano ewo general assembly meka sɛ makatu a memɛgye ɛsɛ mmara sɛ bɛdwani no mede ne nyinaa ɛbɛboa na adate compounds a yɛmme na me-initiate yɛ na nyɛ de aban de baeɛ no nyinaa na yɛbɛtoa so na yɛde ayɛ awie sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ na ɛnkɔba sɛ gyidi a nananom ɛnya wɔ yi mu no asɛ yɛbɛnya tumi no wie no yɛsuban ne ɛneyɛ asesa.
Yɛda so agyina mu ɛwɔ ahafo mantem adehyɛ wɔ dwomɔ ɛna ɛkasa kyerɛ aban sɛ sisi adeɛ bebie du no ayɛ dene nti na wo sugu Ghana aban so sɛ wɔnyɛ bibi ɛmoɔmɔ nea wɔka nyina no sɛ bia yɛ asɛ bi anim sɛ yɛsi sɛ ɔman no gya nan no ɔmanfo dodoɔ na asɛ wɔn nkɔso adane a wɔsɛ ahonedie wɔn nsɛm hyɛ da nkɔ yɛ nti sɛ be bɔɔla so ɛna wɔgya wɔ nan.
The marbles in Sia, Ecoduce, Filisua. This is Salai, this one here, Yamu High. A Cobasa say a bear house, near any baller, so near any woodum. Now, by the channel plan and manias and say woodum sani and at the idea of a brem. And crown crabby to the woodum crown or help. And yes, sir, now one son and your manema. And yes, a bastard, buying a strength, say, tell it to no boy. Nah, baby, or what you, or my wash on your way. We probably say, okay, baby, I am maybe I'm going to pay for the Panama Sunday. Oh, see, young connect 7 where they will say, yeah, because of my and today, we will never put one away with an apology. And the whole baby say, be a bobby for people. That's so many people for baby, and you will be lying and you have to choose this. Or you could have the way up. It's really about. I shall make a picture. To have a picture of we no munya nyina we no to so nye tie ne panyifo e ne mema mu nyina obi akọ no bola no so esa wo wuro mo kura no obi atimi hwo efie bembe ase nkuro tedo nyime kura wunya ba bia kura ro ahome toilet ni tuba sa tie sa ban se omla no o mebie we no mai
na bia le de ba wa de wa se de be se e ba asia na ba de do mai ela esa se ya ba ko pe ni ya tra we bia se we ki do bi ti emfa o do bia ko se de la kan ba ko de ti no ka se de ya na bia le ye no na ba sa ti ya wa ba de no e mo ni e je no ya fa na
Ma yeme pie mu ankra pompone mantem na adehye wo Ashaiman traffic light na office Ashaiman filter line ena wo kase wo se wate asem bi enye de no nti na ebremu de wo mapie mu ntene so wo yi ano ne nyina na se ko bi asori a wo se wo from peaceful settlers association na no bra na Ashaiman mensi assembly mpenifo so yesiesie mu ntene so ko ne se hene nya de a ne etie bi a wo gya tumti wo kase ni ano den na no na adehye mu Ashaiman ato nsa friends central for say sa ko ne pa de wonte wo bakosam da chese wo munim wo mo bebia nti ebremu de empanifo pese wo mu sigina ye bia na wo mo bo kwan e de ato e de amampanifo yi
to build his house. This very house that is in our back. These are the owners of the land who give the land to Alaji. The one coming here is the public toilet that he got. Well, we didn't know anybody else who have land there that Alaji came and took the land by force to build his house. So what is going on at the roadside demonstration going around the media? Actually, we the people that are on the land here are not aware. Nobody have taken our land from us by force. Some of our members are ready to negotiate with an investor who will help them. We are ready for that. Niajo, the Ashama chief, is aware of this. We've been to him severally. He also came to us here. He's aware of it. Director of TDC came here, these very premises. He was sitting here. He saw everything. And in fact, he also advised us, he has come down himself to see it because he wanted to solve the problem once and for all. And he said, anybody who came there and said they have taken a land on behalf of people, he have now seen that the people are not aware of that. So he's going to declare it as wrong allocations. So we thought that is all. Until last week, there is a demolition by the roadside. And to start with, Those stores at the roadside or are sitting on the main pipeline. A building don't supposed to be there. We here are aware of it. But they were only coming there to make their businesses and go back to their house. Yeah.
Gunu fi keke. On be just as if ye bia free on bibia ho. Yeah, or just as any free ho no. Ye na ye kasa no.
Alaji did not collect land from anybody forcefully. We negotiate with Alaji. He paid me and I hand over all my documents that I have.
Ulterior motive that they were taking for those few to share.
Nano na ye August Bosmani de Dikai and Krapumpuni Mantam ye the party to any Accra International Conference Center, DKY Night of Music and Comedy course. So na Jumedi na say Ghana for politicians a who draw mouth for yina kobi, send your beya and pastor and as and quansum, film yina and yum trosso editre, ye honium to forbid to say, Samini, Kofi Kenata, Amra Domugina pass it through, na yen shessing a Jumedi no course.
See, I'm soon some see you. Some see a pa. What is it? Bagana for can say move. Yasitama MP before we Anna Nanadu Fair, His Excellency Dr. Baumia said Mahamadu Baumia. Then I want Quadian to me say, and yes, I'm a baby baba. Yes, you would be a well feel.